was built.
Yeah.
We never even had signage
that.
built.
Right.
And we're going to be doing some other things.
That's
You're going to
good.
see our name in the community
That's
much more.
That's good.
And be able to really get the word out about what opportunities Vermont Slauson provides for small businesses.
That's great. That's
because
great.
unless you're out there looking, you don't know.
As you can see right here, this is our slogan here for the Business Zone, where it says, where business entrepreneurship and supply diversity come together to create success. That's really what we're all about. And Crystal and I, we really dedicate ourselves. A lot of times that the things we do, we don't really get paid for that. But we want to get the word out. We want to encourage. We want to strengthen. We want to educate the small business population. Because I worked at LA Unified School District. I worked at LA Community College District. I worked at Metro. And being in those organizations, I've seen where the small businesses came to the table looking for opportunities, and they were promised opportunities. They never got it. Because when they got there, they said, well, you guys don't measure up. You don't have the business license. You don't have the bonding. You don't have the insurance. You don't know how to bid. No one really teach them how to do that.
Right.
So that's where we said we got to make a difference.
Yeah, and we have to be advocates too. I mean, that's what I tell my team all the time. You know, we deliver services, but we are the business advocates for South LA.
Yes.
If there's a problem with a business, it may not be in that one line of what your job responsibilities are.
Exactly.
It's natural that we have to fight for our businesses.
Yes.
And when we see things that aren't right in our business community, we need to call it as it is. And that
gotta
includes
call
our
it out.
politicians.
Yes.
And our officials to bring these things to light.
Yes, exactly. We totally agree.
And collaboration. Now, I do have an excellent relationship with Terry Goubertin, and where we trade off when I go and meet with a new business, because there's quite a few popping up all over the city. So I'll reach back and I'll say, you need to meet Terry, and then I'll call Terry and say, Terry, you need to get over there and have a conversation with this new business, because I think it's important, especially there's a business that I just met, the owner, it's called Grill Fresh, right on the corner of West Boulevard and Slauson.
Yeah. I pass it every morning.
Food is amazing.
Is it really?
And the young man is from Dorsey. He went to Dorsey, and I think his chef went to Crenshaw. And so they've been outside of the community, and so he rented that space, renovated it. He has first right to buy the place, which is why I was sending him over to you guys.
Fantastic.
And he wants to tear it down and rebuild it. They're going to get rid. He wants to get rid of the smoke, and I think his lease is coming up. But he also wants a space in Leimert Park. So today he's over at the legal clinic that they're having at the Ebony Theater.
Yeah, I just left there earlier.
You just left there, yeah. So Terry had called me about that, so I reached out to some people to send them over. So, and that's how a community is supposed to work.
Oh, yeah.
We're not in competition with one another.
We're hand in hand. That's
working
what it
hand
is.
in hand, and the same thing with the Business Resource Group. I work, hand in hand with them and Alan. But that's what we have to do.
Yeah, and you talked about the collaboration. I do want to make sure all your listeners know that Vermont Slauson is the only business source center. We're one of 9 centers throughout the city that deliver these services on behalf of the city of Los Angeles to serve South LA. But we're the only center that is co-located. We brought in the WorkSource Center just 4 months ago. Wow. So we have both the WorkSource Center and the Business Source Center co-located at our building, 6109 Southwest. And the significance is that's $1.5 million of government resources right at our doorstep.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, I tell folks all the time, they say, it's free. I says, well, it's free, yes, but your taxpayer dollars are paying for it, so go get it.
Yes. Right, exactly. Yes. But a lot of people don't know that.
They don't.
They don't understand that that's your tax free, or if your property taxes. I didn't realize it until I started doing some work with Cherie Franklin. The way she structured the Central Avenue Historic District is all based upon property taxes.
Yes.
And they're offering some amazing programs to their small businesses down there. So those are the things that this show is here to talk about, the programs that the Vermont Slauson has, and how we all work together in order to make it, change the economic status that's in our community. I think that's very important.
Joe, if you don't mind, can you tell them again the address of the facility and a phone number if you have one so they can get it?
Sure. So our headquarter office is at 1130 West Slauson, right at the corner of Slauson in Vermont. I'll also add that we own that property. So
Good.
we're that shopping center on the west side of
So
Slauson.
all the stores in that little center.
Right. So
Wow.
it's anchored by El Supermarket,
Yeah.
Yoshino, and Jack in the Box. And then across the street,
Yeah.
we also are part owners in the shopping
That's
center across the
great.
street on the east side.
That is
So
excellent.
we have some significant real estate holdings in the community. So that's where our headquarter office is. Our training center, what we call our Business Enterprise Center, is at 6109 Southwestern. So we own that building, as well as some parcels of industrial lands that we have tenancy there as well.
Yes, yes. That's great.
So would you say that all that you have done for the last, 30, 40 years in Los Angeles has prepared you to be this person?
My career path is, I have to even look at it sometimes and say, how did I end up here? I followed in my dad's footsteps in LAPD. He came on LAPD in 1955.
Yeah.
I came on in 1975.
Wow.
A much different department then. From 55 to 75, and even more so now.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Just the complexion of the department is much different. It's
Right,
much more like our
right,
community now. So, after I left the police department, I actually had my own security business. My dad had a private investigation business, and we merged them.
Right,
So we
right.
operated that, and we had some government contracts. We did that for a while.
Good.
Then I got a call about the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza Mall, and was actually initially offered the position for the director of security. And after interviewing, they asked me would I consider being the general manager of the mall. And I got to tell you, it's probably one of the best decisions of my life, but the scariest one. I didn't know anything about running a mall.
You're in charge of everything.
Yeah, and you're responsible for a $60-70 million asset at that time. It's
Right.
much more than that now, but it's probably the best decision because I had done the law enforcement piece of my life and investigations and security. So jumping into this arena in retail management was, but that really is in large part why I'm here. From that, Danny Bakewell bought the Hawthorne Plaza Mall, asked me to come on board with him, help move that project, which I did. And then was asked to go to Brotherhood Crusade. My first nonprofit, was there for 4 years as Danny Bakewell's vice president, chief of staff there. So all those pieces, in some way or form, have helped me hopefully lead Vermont Slauson in the right direction.
Yes,
Right,
yes, that's
right,
great.
exactly. And you did great work for the city when you were working at the workforce, the economic and workforce, right?
Right. I spent 13 years with the Economic Workforce Development Department. Let me also add that it's because of my former assistant general manager, Robert Sines, and my general manager, Jan Perry, is why we have that WorkSource Center co-located with us.
Very good.
So they worked with us to get that center there.
Right.
So I spent 13 years there as the director of small business programs, the Business Source program, which is a $4.5 million investment the city makes on starting new businesses throughout the city.
Right. That's great.
Fantastic.
Now, tell us about some of the programs that you currently have at Vermont Slauson. Is it business plan programs? Do you have access to capital programs? What type of programs do you have?
You said it all.
I was just guessing.
We have two different segments. We have a level one, which is a very entry level. Gilbert, Crystal, and Joe want to start their own cleaners.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Yes.
We take folks from the very elementary stage of how to start a business. Take that dream. How do I bring it to reality? So the very basics of how to start a business. What's the franchise tax board? What's the board of equalization? How to determine or develop a P&L and the QuickBooks you talked about, Crystal. And a business plan. Many people that I run across, knowing that I'm at Vermont Slauson, man, Joe, how I get some of that money over at Vermont Slauson? And I say to them, I said, well, what's your business? And they'll say the business. I said, well, send me a business plan. Well, I got it all right here. For the listeners, I'm pointing at my head.
They don't, and they don't want to put it down on paper. Somebody might steal their idea, right?
And that's one of the most. That's one of the toughest things. Folks, to put your dream on paper.
Right.
If you go to a bank,
you got to put it on paper.
Present something.
Yeah.
They're not going to invest in you just because you're a nice person.
Right, exactly.
So, putting the business plan together, we have a level 2, which gets a little bit more intense, starts getting into the access to capital. Are you going to be bankable? What type of lending am I going to need? Which is another value for coming to Vermont Slauson because if the three of us wanted to start our business,
Yeah.
Bank of America may not be the place to go
That's
based on the
right.
type of business we have.
That's right.
So we know the lenders
Yeah.
that will loan to a restaurant
Right.
or will loan to a beauty salon
Right.
or to that cleaners because they like to stay in their wheelhouse, if you
Mm-hmm.
will. So they don't like sometimes taking on risk of other type
Right,
of businesses
right,
that they're
right.
unfamiliar with.
Yes.
We save our clients time by not having to go through that process because we help link them to those lenders that hopefully will end up providing them a loan.
Let me ask you this, and this something just popped into my mind, and maybe it's because I've recently been on a Shark Tank up in for the California Hispanic Chambers of Commerce. Do you have a Shark Tank right there, Vermont Slauson?
No, we don't, but maybe we should.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Maybe we
thinking
should.
that.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea. Plus, it will bring in a lot of small business, bring in sponsors, it bring in, program supporters.
Gilbert, you might be onto something.
I know. I'm thinking.
And actually, last year, no, 2 years ago, Sheree Franklin, they were going to do something. We actually had started the process. I evaluated 26 applications. They were going to have a Shark Tank within the Lemert Park area. They have their own unique village there. And they were looking for unique businesses that could thrive in that area. Obviously, ethnically, your urban essence to it, healthy foods, different types of businesses.
Tech, anything tech?
Yeah, tech as well. There's a young man that came out of that. In fact, his was one of the only business plan that was viable, and he's since opened his business as a bike shop over there. 80 Knopf, and I think it's called Bike-a-thon or something of that nature. So he opened up his business. So they did do that. They couldn't get, and I don't know what happened, but finding the concept is to identify investors that would invest in these new startup businesses to get them to that place. Because,
great.
we all know that there's no money really identifiable for a startup business, but at least get you trackable, so that by that second year, then we can farm you out to the entities that can then fund your business.
And this is why we tell our businesses, because generally speaking, you're right, Crystal, getting that first dollar to help your business grow as a startup is very tough.
Yeah.
However, there are possibilities out there, but it's on how your personal financial picture looks.
That is
Right.
true.
We tell folks, look, we can't help you start your own business if you in terms of how you manage your finances, if you can't manage yourself.
Right, exactly.
How are your finances?
Yeah.
You don't go and run a great business if you don't run a great household.
Right.
So, we try to explain to people how important it is not to get into extreme debt. So that financial literacy component, that's where that collaboration with partners like you and others that provide these services to prepare them to become bankable at some point.
Right.
And as well as I think there's even, we focus on financial literacy from an individual standpoint, but from